So yes, so our lives arise interdependently with all of life. So there's not a moment that we're not in this mutuality, in this interconnected way of living. We are held by gravity, and we can feel the pressure of the weight of our bodies um, being held on the earth, in our chair, on the floor, wherever we happen to be. We're breathing. Every moment we're breathing in and breathing out. We're, we're in a space, an atmosphere, which provides us the elements for our continuation of life, the oxygen and other gases, nitrogen that we need, and water and nourishment. So all of this is how our body, our our whole being is part of the earth. And the way that we think and the way that we perceive also is, we're very interconnected to other life forms. So just to perhaps take a look at, how do we set ourselves apart? Do we set ourselves apart from other life forms, animals? We live in interrelationship, mutuality with all of the green plants on the earth, exchanging carbon dioxide and oxygen for our mutual benefit. So let's just take a moment to arrive in the body and open to this way of understanding and perceiving ourselves as part of the earth. The earth, the waters, the air, the warmth of the sun. All of this is part of our body and our mind and consciousness, all connected. So let's take a posture for meditation if you haven't already. Feeling the body resting on the earth. Bringing an upward energy from the base of the spine through the crown of the head. So that upward energy brings a quality of commitment to our practice. And in a way, you could imagine it as the fire element, this energetic kind of lifting, like a flame is always lifting upward as it burns. And we can feel our spine lifting upward, and the tip of the flame is the crown of the head. And that it shouldn't be stiff or forced. There is a kind of a subtlety, a suppleness to the movement, like a flame. take a moment to become aware of the sounds that are rising and falling. There's a bird, I think maybe a chickadee, chirping outside my window. There's sounds of cars. Notice how these sounds arise and pass away. I invite you to bring an attentiveness to the sense door of hearing so that we see how the sound arises and passes away. And we're not so much in the naming of what the sound is, but just in a very clear and pure and simple way, letting sound be sound. Notice that we tend to think of the sound as happening out there, but actually the sound is happening in the body. The sound is happening at the place of sound waves reaching the inner ear. Notice what other sensations are coming and going in the body. Pressure, tingling, perhaps some painful or unpleasant sensations, soreness, neuropathy, tenderness, ache, and perhaps pleasant sensations, ease, relaxation. Letting go in the body. Letting the experience of sensation in the body, breathing, the rising and falling, of the chest, of the abdomen, the passage of air in the nostrils. Inviting an attentiveness which meets each moment at the sense doors. Being very present. Sounds just arise. We don't need to make it happen. The sensation of touch, of the body in contact with the cushion or the chair just happens. There's no I, no self needed to make it happen. Breath rises and falls. The body breathes. And there's the knowing of the experience of breathing. In each moment of unfolding experience through the senses, the five senses, and the mind, the cognizing mind, the world is taking birth in you, in each one of us. The world is being known. Let's bring some attention and intention to loving this earth, loving this body, bringing this deep connection and gratitude for life, touching into the appreciation for the renewal of Earth that is happening in the Northern Hemisphere now. This time of spring where buds are swelling and um, the critters, urban creatures, and all of the creatures around are, perhaps most of them anyway, are nesting and um, bringing forth a new generation, and feeling also in our own body the enlivening that comes with spring, with the longer daylight. How do we respond to this change of season? And appreciating this body that we call me or mine, which is not really mine. It's something that is continually changing and renewing itself. The earth element, the minerals are continually renewing themselves, the fluids, the metabolism of um, the sugars in plants, and the nutrients in animal, uh, if we eat animals as a source of nutrition. Uh, it's all always renewing itself. And just perhaps a sense of wonder and gratitude and love for this amazing body, love for the many amazing and beautiful life forms all around us. And perhaps in some way, in words or in with the movement of the heart and intention, expressing or feeling into, I love this body, I love this being, I love this earth. May this body be at ease and at peace. May this earth and all the life forms, the waters and mountains and rocks, may they all be at ease, have ease, peace. May they all have the sufficiency that is needed of support for life. May I also have the sufficiency of what I need for life. May I know contentment when what I have received is sufficient. Letting this intention, this movement of the heart of love for earth as our home, earth as our matrix, earth as who we are, what we're made of. May this deep sense of connection give us the foundation for a contentment and a capacity to let go of the drivenness to want more and more and more. To have compassion for the earth, to not keep extracting, not keep taking. To have compassion for ourselves, to know the joy of being satisfied and content, and not allow greed, wanting to consume us. Consuming can consume us. Let's dedicate the goodness, the blessings of our practice to the well-being of our Mother Earth and to all the earth beings, the earthlings that are part of this planet. Especially bringing to mind uh, on this Earth Day those who are suffering uh, from inequality and exploitation, those who are the ones who suffer because of the overconsumption that is happening in much of the world, among the wealthier people in the world. Those who are uh, needing to work perhaps at low wages or insecurity, um, in order to satisfy all of that stuff that's being made. So bringing to mind those, however you may think of them, whatever images and whatever associations come to mind, and near and far, old and young, human and non-human, all of those who are perhaps paying with their uh, life energy to satisfy the overconsumption of that is so damaging to our home and to who we are. May our practice and our lives serve and support the happiness, well-being, and liberation of all beings. I'll just say a few words and then I'll turn off the recording, and if we want to exchange a few ideas, we can do that. Some thoughts, or if there are questions. In the sitting group, the Sunday sitting group where I teach in person in Montreal, we've been talking for the past couple of weeks about renunciation, and it's a really beautiful quality of heart. Uh, it's not a word that's used very often in our common language. Um, we usually associate it with monastics, but renunciation just simply means letting go of kind of the clinging that we're doing, the wanting, grasping, or the resisting, the pushing away, the wanting to get rid of these energies of the mind that create suffering. And it's very pertinent to reflecting on Earth Day, and reflecting on how can we uh, help ourselves and help others to find a way forward. And renunciation is an important part of that. Um, we we're so inculcated, so bombarded with media messages from advertising um, and and society, and just many different means of getting this message that that we really uh, are not okay as we are, that we need to somehow have more, become more, uh, be more appealing, be more um, beautiful, be more scintillating, or uh, whatever it is, this and social media drives this too a lot. Um, and and this renunciation, it's a very simple thing actually. Renunciation is recognizing when the mind is kind of caught, when the mind is hooked by some wanting or some wanting to be different or things to be different, and to recognize that, this wanting is a kind of suffering, and it drives us to unskillful action. It drives us to accumulate. It drives us to uh, to behave in ways that maybe are not um, kind or very grounded or wise. And so the renunciation is just as simple as recognizing a kind of a habit pattern of the mind, or some drama, or some uh, narrative or story that we're telling ourselves. And just coming back to the breath, or coming back to feeling in the body, or coming back to the sound. So letting go, that's all renunciation really means, is to stop grasping. Like sometimes I've been asked, what does let go mean? What does it mean to let go? You know, and it means to recognize how, you know, in the body, like in the contraction in the body, in the tensing in the body, and in the mind, by going over and over and over, like how we, this idea that, something will make us feel better, something will fulfill us, that we need something in order to be happy. We need something that we don't have, to just to notice how we're holding on to that, and to just breathe and come back to the simplicity of this breath, this moment, this sound, this body sensation, this just being present. And so we can practice this over and over, and we can do it with a sense of love and commitment to live a more simple life, to be satisfied and content, and to find joy in the life around us, with our neighbors, uh, our fellow creatures of the earth, the birds and the squirrels and dogs and cats and so on. So thank you for listening, and yeah, I'll turn off the recording now. No. That's it.